Hey guys, we are back at Penny and the Pea with our third trimester baby checklist. And this one is pretty packed, but a lot of it is pretty fun stuff and stuff that you're really going to need during weeks 27 through 40 before baby comes. So we'll start with assembling all baby gear. I think this is really important to get done before baby's born, just so you're kind of comfortable putting together things that kind of you take down at the same time, like a pack and play, or getting used to taking the stroller, like opening and closing the stroller. It just might kind of make you feel better when you actually have a baby and you're like super nervous. I would recommend taking a breastfeeding class just so that you know kind of what to expect. And the other thing is I would make sure that you have a lactation consultant set up at your hospital, so that when you do deliver, you have someone there helping you kind of latch correctly and be there for you from the get-go, because breastfeeding can be really difficult, and it is supposed to be this wonderful natural thing, but it really doesn't come naturally, I think, to anyone. So I am going to do a video on breastfeeding basics, but again, you know, a breastfeeding class might really help you. Maternity photography shoot we talked about, and then you can also schedule a newborn photo shoot. I know that the photographers like to do that really in like the first weeks and from when baby comes home, so that's nice to just already have scheduled. Choose a pediatrician. So don't be afraid to interview different pediatricians, ask around. I have some friends who just have found the most amazing pediatricians, and it is so comforting in those first few weeks when you feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Consider circumcision or cord banking, and any kind of religious practices that you plan on doing. You know, start making these decisions because you may have to make plans for them. I know that if we have a boy, we're going to have, you know, a circumcision ceremony, and we need to find a rabbi and all of that stuff, and that does happen 8 days after birth. So, you know, you really want to have that scheduled beforehand. Set up the nursery. So a lot of people are very superstitious, and they don't set up the nursery before baby is born. So I would recommend either setting up the nursery or just having an idea of where baby's going to sleep, whether it's a bassinet, you know, have that set up. Make sure you have the mattress and you have the sheets and all of that stuff. I think that's really the most important thing. Newborns really don't need much, but they need a place to sleep, and they need kind of their onesies and that kind of thing. Write out your birth plan. So this is something I think that's really important, and your hospital may give you a form to fill out, or you can find some forms online, and it kind of gives you the freedom to write how you want things to go. And I would recommend doing like plan A, plan B, plan C, so that in any different situation you can explore what you want to do. And it'll kind of help you to think out what could potentially happen if you don't have that perfect birth that's in your mind, because it really doesn't happen that way. Babies, they just don't follow directions, I guess. I don't know. I have had friends who like wanted an unmedicated birth and then ended up having to have a C-section, emergency C-section. You just never know what's going to happen. So you really want your needs and your wishes met, and this is a great time to write everything down for your healthcare provider. Finish projects at work, confirm your maternity leave. We talked about this, you know, confirming your maternity leave and confirming any sort of child care that you're going to have and what that schedule is going to look like. Have your house and car deep cleaned. This is just such a great thing to do. You know, babies have really weak immune systems when they're first born, but I also think it's a nice way for you to get in that last like deep clean before baby comes, and it'll just make you feel like you're walking into like a really clean house after delivery. It's just a nice time to do that. Install baby's car seat. Another thing that I know I'm going to try to practice over and over and over again, because I have no idea how to install a car seat. And I think that'll just, you know, it's so much easier doing it when the baby is not in the car seat yet. So that's a good thing. Wash and organize all baby's clothes, stock the nursery. Again, if you're not superstitious, if you're okay having everything ready, it's just a nice time in your third trimester when you're nesting to sort of do all of these things, wash the baby's clothes and have everything ready. It just will help you, I think, transition when you get home. Organize any helpers. So I think a lot of people really want to come over and help when baby is born. And sometimes it's really helpful if you tell them exactly what you need. A lot of my friends have started like meal trains for friends who are pregnant. And that's a really nice thing because you can go visit for 5-10 minutes, bring the family a meal, and leave. And honestly, I think everyone is so overwhelmed that you really don't want that many people over. But having like a nice home-cooked meal is wonderful. Sometimes that's the best way to help. I know we're going to have someone looking after our dogs. You know, we're going to have a designated point person to do that. So little things that will help you worry less when you're at the hospital and you're going through delivery. Cook and freeze meals for after delivery. So I'm definitely planning on doing this. We have this really great, it's like a little vacuum pack sealer, and we freeze things in it all the time, and they last so long in our freezer. And I'm super big about healthy meals and healthy food, and so we definitely want to cook up some of our favorite meals and have them frozen. Kind of for when, you know, the visitors die down and all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is life now, and we don't necessarily have time to cook, but we really want a home-cooked meal. Pack your hospital bag for you, your partner, and baby. I'm going to do a video blog on this as well. I have seen so many amazing blog posts on Pinterest and just various websites about what to pack for the hospital. And I think having your hospital bag packed beforehand, again, it just takes off so much stress. You know that you're going to have everything you need. And I've heard that, you know, some babies come a month early. And so you really want to have the hospital bag packed pretty well into your 3rd trimester, just in case, you know, baby decides to come a little bit early. That's really not unheard of. And stocking up on supplies. So one of my favorite things to do is to go to Costco and buy your Ziplocs and your toilet paper and everything that you need, and just like we stick it on a shelf in our garage, and we, you know, it's like our mini grocery store. So I would, you know, definitely stock up on things like dish soap, you know, stuff that you're not going to want to be running out and getting. And Costco is just so great for that. And then eventually, you know, you'll start doing that with diapers, where you'll sign up for like a diaper bundle. I know the Honest Company does that, and you can get that shipped to your house every month so that you don't have to worry about that either. So again, it's just really trying to get rid of all these like little nitty-gritty things that you normally do on a daily basis, and just trying to kind of take that out of the equation so you can just take care of baby and take care of yourself. And then the last thing is thank you cards. So we talked about this before. Really try to stay up on your thank you cards, because you're not going to want to do it after baby, and just try to get that out of the way. I know I did that with my wedding. We had so many thank you cards, and I just did a few each day, and it just feels so good to be done with that. And, you know, lastly, just relax and try to spend as much time with your partner and enjoy this time and be so excited because you are in your 3rd trimester. You made it through. I hope that these lists were helpful for you guys. Again, if you have any comments, please email me at penny@pennyandthep.com. I'm so excited to hear your feedback, and I hope you have a great day.